Well, good evening. Thanks for joining me. It's been a week. I've been super busy, like everybody in the world, but I'm Randy, and thank you for taking time to join me for Livestream After Hours. This live stream airs on Wednesday and Friday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This episode is airing live on Friday, February 25th, 2022. So let's try to get back into gear because I have been slacking for the show, anyways. Not in my work life. That's for sure. I'm not. So let's talk about smartphones a little bit and then a little bit more about technology and maybe some random stuff. How does that sound, huh? Um, so pretty much we're going to start talking about global smartphone revenue, which sounds exciting, but it just was in my feed and I don't know, kind of seemed like something I should catch up on. So I'll try to bring you over to my desktop. There it is, and it works very well. Pretty good for just coming back. So Apple led the global smartphone market revenue with a revenue of $196 billion in 2021. Apple's iPhone revenue increased 35% year over year. It doesn't mean yo. It doesn't say yoy. It's year over year. If you've ever seen that abbreviation, I'm not being condescending, and people don't know what that means sometimes. I didn't until 5 minutes ago. I'm just kidding. But Apple made up 44% of the global smartphone revenue in 2021. That's insane. Now, that would have been really crazy, when we had so many other smartphones around, but Apple's and Android have been basically killing off everybody, it seems like. But Apple and Google. Samsung was 11% year over year, $72 billion in 2021. That's so much money. Oh, my God. So it just seems like small, when you see, 11%, it's not as much as Apple. Still, $72 billion. Xiaomi, I believe that's how you say it, Xiomi, 49% year over year, and $36 billion in 2021. It's like I barely even know about them in our market here. Like as far as putting them on like a Verizon account, you're not going to really see that, but they're still pulling in $36 billion for over that year. Oppo, they make some cool phones that I also can't use on Verizon. 47% year over year, $37 billion, and Vivo, 43% year over year, $34 billion. I forget which one of those is now combined with OnePlus. I think it might be the last one. Maybe it'll say on this page. Let's look down here. Set it somewhere in the when I remember. Yeah, Oppo includes OnePlus, so it's Oppo since Q3 2021. So that helps, and I'm sure it's going to help a lot more over this year into next. So that's going to be interesting to see. So yeah, a lot of people in the world are carrying phones, myself included. I have an iPhone currently. I usually switch to an Android halfway through the year, and then the other half I go back to Apple. I just jump back and forth. It's annoying because I'm that guy in the text chat thread that's bubble probably changes when I change phones. So, I mean, they're all spying on you. So it's like you could pick the lesser evil, which kind of is Google if you want to get into the whole privacy thing of it. But I'm not going to go deep into it this episode. But they all have, there's no way to avoid the tracking, especially on an Apple, because, well, it's just there's iCloud. The phone does nothing without the Apple software on it. Now, Android, you could put a custom, like Lineage OS on certain phones, and you have a better chance of privacy. But there's still SoC, system on a chip inside the phone that some of us don't even know what the hell it does, and there's no way around it. So you can't win, is the way I look at it when it comes to a smartphone. The only way you can win is not carrying one. And I actually have a family member that does that. So he's winning in the privacy battle. I mean, if you don't touch a computer, you want true privacy, you can do it, but it's just kind of a pain in the ass sometimes for yourself when everything seems to be going to favor smartphones and these devices you really don't own, which it's like funny how these sales are so huge and the prices of phones just keep going up. They really are. They are going up over, like the flagship ones are. And you don't own it. You feel like you do. It's just like a house. You own it, but you stop paying your taxes. You don't get to keep it. And just like with the phone, it's like you don't use the software you have. If you don't have an internet connection, a lot of it's useless. The phone relies on the cloud for a lot of the stuff it does. So kind of sad, kind of depressing for a Friday. Let's move on to the next topic. Windows 11 is getting a touch-friendly taskbar. So a lot of, some laptops, hybrid laptop whatever you want to call them, tablets, whatever they, even since like the Dell, the XPS, like that flip lid laptop thing. We had some at our company. They have touch built into the screen, but the operating system didn't always make the best use of it. Thinking back to Windows 8. Windows 8, I thought was still pretty cool. Like the tile interface. I thought it was kind of cool. I think they had the right idea. It's just nobody wanted to buy the phones, and it never really integrated. It started to integrate well till the end. It's like they had plans too late for Windows Phone, and I really thought Windows Phone was cool. I wish it would take off again. I honestly do, but because I hate seeing just Google and Apple as the only choices. But there's a touch-friendly. Microsoft's trying this again. It's kind of like Windows 8's coming back, but I think this is kind of cool for Windows 11. Pretty much this feature is coming to the Windows 11 preview. And Windows 8 was the last time I remember, again, seeing something like this. So, in Windows 10, sure, there's desktop and tablet mode, but I think they're garbage. I've worked with literally hundreds of people that have used it or didn't want it when tablet mode would turn on their Windows 10 machine when they detach or reattach a Surface keyboard. Because there's a setting in Windows 10 that says, always turn on Windows tablet mode or always keep on the keyboard. People would always want just their plain desktop. They like that native desktop feel, like a computer. Well, Microsoft's kind of trying something new here, and they're adding this more space between the icons. So when you're using the device as a tablet, that could be more useful. Like, yes, tablet mode on Windows 10 had like this big, like it kind of spaced things out and it just looked bulky at the bottom, but it like hid stuff too. So I'm hoping Windows 11 has more functionality in this new tablet mode, I'm going to call it, because people's biggest complaint that I've worked with over the last 6 years that have seen this crap in Windows 10, that is tablet mode, is, hey, I can't close Windows. It's meant to like dumb it down a little bit, and they didn't do a great job of dumbing it down, in my opinion, because you can even close stuff on a smartphone easily. It's just, you kind of just feel like, oh, I'm just going to swipe up, right, to close the cards or whatever. But yeah, they're going to add more space between the icons when you're using the device as a tablet. So I think that's great. And, since there's also touchscreen laptops and like those hybrid type models, I think it'll be cool just to try it on those. Why not? I mean, worst case, you just go back to a mouse. You already have that. You have a touchpad, trackpad, whatever. So the taskbar can also disappear when you launch an app. So that's pretty cool. I mean, we've always had that. I always like the taskbar visible. I like to see everything that's open always at a glance, but you'll need a touch-enabled device, though, to try this out. You can't just see what it looks like. Well, I mean, maybe you can, but it's useless. But you need a touch-enabled device, maybe a Surface tablet or Surface Book, whatever, something with a touchscreen. Maybe it's worth a shot. Try it out. It's only a preview mode, and this is probably going to be my shortest episode ever. But also, before I go, let's see if I got any other news headlines. We got the new social network that came out. It's called Truth Social. It's Donald Trump's social network. It's an alternative to Twitter. It sounds like it's almost a clone of Twitter. Sounds interesting. I have an account. With Getter. Barely use it, but I mean, if it ends up being something that's cool, where both sides, if you will, or all sides, because like I think there's more than two political parties in this country, obviously, but people just refer to both sides, right? Where everybody can go and just chat, that would be cool. Because if it is truly freedom, privacy respecting and all this stuff, and it's really fair for everybody, that would be cool. So I don't know, maybe it'll take off, maybe it won't. A lot of social networks come and go. I mean, Google, they failed. Google Plus. I liked Google Plus. I thought it was cool. But we'll see if this takes off. Getter, I don't know how that's doing. That's been out for a little bit longer than Truth. But Getter looks pretty cool when I tried it. Like, I think some people have the ability to stream on it, which I don't know. I didn't see that. I saw limited Twitter-like functionality. The thing I don't like about these little ones, these little networks, is how far they're going to, I'm not going to say how far they're going to copy Twitter, but this one aspect of it is getting verified. I like to be able to say, like, hey, I'm verified. Like, I want to check by my name, right? Like, on Twitter, I don't care because Twitter is just pure garbage. But on these networks, it would be cool if they like say, like, hey, anybody can get verified. I think they need to work on that, and maybe like because they're doing these rollout phases. Like, I know Truth Social is, where it's not available to everybody right away. It's like you're in line. And I got in pretty quick because I like to try every new product, but I got in the first day it opened. But it was slow and it was having issues, so I didn't really get in. It was like maybe a couple of days later it started to work a little smoothly. But it would be cool if they say like, "Hey, since you're in a limited group of people that are using this app, maybe you can now, we can handle the capacity of allowing you to get verified." I think that would be cool. I think even Parler, which I had Parler and I just deleted it. It got too spam. It got too crazy. Maybe it's a great social network. I don't know. I don't even know if it's around anymore. I tried that one. Um, I'll try them and I kind of scrap them quickly, but that would be cool to get the verification thing. Like, hey, send us a picture of your license or whatever. If you want to do that to get verified, most people might not care to get verified. I think that'd be pretty cool. I'm fairly on the internet quite a bit. It's not like I'm that private of a person. Obviously, I'm doing this live stream, so. But the app says right here, they have it written as America's Big Tent social media platform that encourages an open, free, and honest global conversation without discriminating against political ideology, which that would be great. I hope it's true. I mean, I do. I know it's a company running it, right? Or it's users signing up to Truth Social are greeted by a sign-up email that describes the platform's clientele as truth sayers. Thinking of like Tax Slayer, truth sayers. Share your unique opinion by posting a truth. So a tweet, a retweet, so a truth or a retruth. So I mean, they're not hiding it. They're just like, yeah, it's basically Twitter, but not in the shitter like Twitter is. Twitter sucks. I don't care what political side you're from. They suck. Twitter's a terrible network, in my opinion. Maybe regular posts from Trump will be enough to create a durable social network. So they're hoping he's going to be on this thing. He's talking about it at least. So we'll see how it pans out. Maybe I'll cover it again if it seems like a cool, if it's got some cool functionality that's and it feels organic. Because I'll tell you what, on YouTube and Twitter, it feels like you're not pushed ahead or recognized or noticed unless you make it really big. And I can tell you YouTube does that for sure. Like if you're a small person on YouTube, they basically piss all over you nowadays. It used to be like, I mean, I'll be open. I mean, like when I was on YouTube and I enabled ads, I would get $100 here and there, not like often at all, but even for like the crappy amount of views I was getting, I'd get a $100 check maybe once a year. I don't know, something like that, or you could cash out whatever your earnings were. Which, yeah, I mean, I just have a handful of viewers. I always have. But they turn that off completely now. Now there's a threshold. And if you don't make that threshold, which I've talked about this before, I had the numbers up. I don't know them now offhand. But you have to have, 4,000, I don't know, subscribers maybe, or you have to hit that threshold before you can even turn on the ability to earn money. I think that's terrible. I mean, why for so many years or for most of their existence did they allow it without all that? Now they want content creators that are like big deals, and they want to be a serious contender in like the against television networks, because after all that crap rolled out or during that time, around that time, then we had YouTube TV, and now you could buy TV pack. It's your cable TV provider, overpriced, mind you. It's very overpriced in my opinion. Unless you're splitting it with 5 people and fairly sharing it amongst each other and splitting the bill, you can make it worth it. But I think like it would be cool if these new social networks would be like, hey, we're really going to show you how everybody is fair here. Or it's fair for everybody here because you could just all talk and then get the same exposure. You're not just being blasted up to the top of the whatever algorithm. It's closed source, a lot of this crap. We don't know how it's being shown to people, how it's being served. Stuff's censored all the time on all those other networks. So if it's truly not on here, and I think right now it's clean. It's like how Google and these other networks were in the beginning. They were amazing. So I've been on there, and it does seem like people respond to what you post. So isn't that interesting? Like I'm brand new on this site, and I was on Getter and Truth Social, and I posted just like, hey, checking this out, or looks really cool, and people responded. They liked it. I was like, huh, that's interesting. And they weren't just bots. They were real profiles. They looked real. Like, I mean, unless these were really sophisticated fake people created by the network, I don't think they were. It seemed organic. So it's off to a good start. And I really hope that it stays that way. I hope it stays clean and fair to everybody. So, I think that's all I got for today. Yeah, I think I'm done. It's the weekend. Time to party. But thanks for taking time to tune in to my live stream after hours. If you're watching this as a recorded episode, thank you as well. And be sure to join me at the same time every Wednesday and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care.